This is Shad Matthews, a Tri-County Drain Specialist. We're here at Uniontown High School at the bathrooms located next to the football field here. We're going through the exterior clean out right against the wall. We are 66.9 feet out, and as you can see in the bottom of the camera screen, we do have water standing in the pipe, but you have a pretty large offset joint. To the right of that joint, from our screen, we can see a pretty large break, missing pipe in the void. We're going to go ahead and pull back nice and slow and so show some of the other defects in the pipe here. Where this camera locates at is right now right on the track side of the fence. And you see right here in front of us, we have a separated joint. To the right and the top, you see a crack. No defects in that joint. See to the right of that joint, about the 4 o'clock line, there's a crack, and also at the 11 o'clock side, the clock position in that joint is an additional crack.
Ellen. Hey, what's up?
You see right there at the bottom, 6 o'clock, crack in the pipe. There's some aggregate. You can see the crack running along the right-hand side of the pipe, and it continues as we pull back. That crack's at the bottom into the next joint where it's completely broke all the way around. You see an additional crack at the 3 o'clock position. And you can see we have a pretty large break in the pipe, full circumference where we're at right now.
Not yet.
You can see the top of the pipe's completely gone.
This sore line is quite a catastrophe. No.
And as you can see, coming into the screen on the left-hand side is another large void.
All right, I love it.
Right at the flow line's an additional crack.
I figured you'd bring a fan over so I don't have to walk over 10 minutes right in the water.
See both sides of that joint are cracked.
I'll be back in the morning. You still gonna be here?
Probably not.
Well, how am I gonna get that?
I'll email it to you right now.
Okay.
You see there's a break at longitudinal crack at the 6 o'clock position. The spider webs, it crosses the pipe. And circumference, it runs, looks about from 3 to 11. There's an additional crack running about the 2 o'clock position, running the length of the joint. And also on the opposite side at about the 11 o'clock clock position, you have a joint running the entire, and at 12 o'clock, that entire segment of pipe is completely failed. That joint, majorly offset. That joint as well, offset. As you can see, that joint is also offset. The problem with offset joints is they allow separation in the pipe. When the sewer water begins to exfiltrate the pipe, it'll wash away the soil that's supporting the pipe as backfill, creating large voids around the pipe, allowing the pipe to shift and settle, which results in a possible collapse or break in the pipe. You can also see in that bell joint that it looks like there's a crack running the circumference. You can see that joint's also broke. Looks to be about the 5 o'clock position, running all the way up around to 12 o'clock, and let's call that the 7 o'clock position, running back up to 11 o'clock. As you can see, that pipe's completely failed, and that entire section, it shifted off to the side a little bit. It's broke all the way in the bottom, broke all the way up around the top. You see right coming out of the 6 o'clock position, there's a crack running from 6 o'clock up towards the 11 o'clock position. See, there's a hole in the pipe at the 11 o'clock position and also at the bottom right hand screen. 4 o'clock position, 5 o'clock position. Looks like we have a crack starting there. It runs into that's a break-in tie-in connection. That'd be where another pipe ties into this line, but was not a factory fitting. It was broke into that pipe. You could also see that joint directly behind it's broke at the 3 o'clock position. That pipe is completely, this segment of pipe's broken the joint, and then a 6 o'clock longitudinal crack. It runs that entire joint section. You could also see at 12 o'clock and again at about the 8 o'clock position is an additional longitudinal crack, and that crack continues from that joint into the next segment of pipe here, where it's just a spider web of broken pipe. As you can see, it's a 6 o'clock position, more broken pipe. That's a good view there. That'll need rehabilitated. And then we just transitioned back into schedule 40. This is right at the bathroom segment of the sewer line here. Again, we weren't able to get past 66.9 feet because of the break in the pipe. It's believed that in order to see the condition of the entire pipe, we probably need to install a clean out somewhere at our furthest position that doesn't interfere with the track or the field, and then we'd be able to camera the remaining pipe and see what's going on. This is something that definitely wants to be taken care of immediately before there is a total collapse, and the only result or repair is excavation. At this point right now, in the current condition that we see of the sewer segment, we can structurally rehabilitate this pipe segment with cured in place pipelining, but that'll need to happen before there's any further defects. This will conclude this video inspection. And just for reference of where we stand, there's the field. There's the clean out that we went through.